Hey guys, hello, it's Vanessa Fermo. So finally, after 5 years of doing this podcast, almost 5 years, 5 years in February, that's like 2 months away, that's crazy. Anyways, after 5 years of doing this podcast, I finally decided to do an introduction video about myself in the podcast, so let's get it going. Alright, so about me, I'm Vanessa, I'm 24 years old. I literally just turned 24, like a few days ago, on December 14th. And yeah, I love entertainment. I've grown up loving entertainment, like movies, music, anything entertainment, sports, literally anything entertainment, most things entertainment. But yeah, I just like was born and raised a fangirl. My parents growing up were always like fans of like music and movies and everything, so I guess I took those genetics from them. Alright, so why did you start the podcast? Alright, so I grown up watching Disney Channel interviews and Hollywire interviews like that growing up, like from my entire life. Like I remember being like 13 years old, being introduced to like the YouTube craze of life. Always being on YouTube. YouTube was my home. I was barely even watching TV at that time. Like I was always on YouTube or like whatever social media was back then. Vine was Vine back then. I don't know. But yeah, I was just always on like YouTube watching like celebrity interviews or just like YouTubers like retailing on them. I was just like growing up on the internet. Oh yeah, why I started it. Alright, so I watched celebrity interviews all the time growing up just to get to know my favorite celebrities growing up. Like once like Good Luck Charlie, I remember it vividly. It's like watching them all the time, wanting to be the interviewer, asking all my favorite celebrities and singers and actors all these questions, and it's just always been in my blood, I guess you would say. So yeah, finally after 10 years of wanting to do that, yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's earlier, I have no idea. I finally decided to start the podcast. First I started with my friends because we always, like during COVID, we would always like be on like Zoom calls like every single night with like different influencers and singers and stuff like that. We actually had a few of them on the podcast, which is really cool. So yeah, manifested that. So finally decided to start doing that. Also there's no bad blood with any of us, don't worry. We're all still friends and everything. We all have like different schedules and everything like that, so I guess I'm just doing it myself now. I just like wanted to do it for so long, and now after doing all those like Zoom calls and everything, we're like, let's start a podcast, like let's do it and like interview all these people and stuff. 5 years later, here we are. Finally decided to start it. We started like, I cannot speak. We did all the Zoom calls in like 2020, and then 2021 we finally decided to start the podcast. What part of my background prepared me the most for hosting a podcast? Alright, so obviously watching like radio interviews and like YouTube interviews and like TV interviews like my entire life and everything. I actually went to school for broadcasting I graduated 2 years ago, and it really just like inspired me a lot to like host a podcast and stuff, like all the different classes we were doing and everything. It just really inspired me a lot, and I was like, you know what, let's do it. I started the podcast that year that I went to school. Like I started it like a few months before I went to school, and I was like, you know what, like I want to like learn how to like do like radio and media stuff, so let's go to school for it. And yes, I did that. Just watching celebrity interviews like my entire life really prepared me for that. And yeah, I'm still not the absolute best at it. Like I really need to like learn, like critique myself. Every video I do, I already do that, but I just gotta like work on my interview skills and everything. Still a beginner, so do not judge. What makes my podcast different than other entertainment podcasts? Alright, so I've been watching a lot of like celebrity like podcasts like in the last like few years, like Jake Shane's Therapist and Alex Cooper's Call Her Daddy. Like I've been watching a lot of podcasts like that where they interview and like chat with like different people in the entertainment industry and stuff like that. Love their podcast and everything. But they have like bigger like celebrities. Like Jake Shane has every single person ever on his podcast. So does Alex Cooper. So I think with my podcast, I just like interview smaller people in the entertainment industry, and we all just grow together as a community. We all grow together in the entertainment industry because it's hard. The entertainment industry is hard, and as someone that's still trying to get into it, it's hard. But yeah, I honestly like interviewing like smaller artists and everything because their stories are so much different than people that are like bigger in the entertainment industry, like Tate McRae, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, stuff like that. Bye. Dream guest on my podcast. 100% would probably be Tate McRae or Olivia Rodrigo. My therapist, my girls, love them so much. Love their music, love their stories, love them. They're both iconic, and I would just love to like interview them about their careers and everything, like how they started and everything. Like I've had the questions prepared for so long, and it's probably not gonna happen. Like, hey Tay, hey Olivia, hey. Yeah, it's just always been like a dream interview of mine, but I feel like it would low-key turn into like a therapy session. That'd be quite interesting. Everyone would be like, okay, but yeah, those are my dream guests on my podcast. Sorry, Jojo Siwa. Also Jojo Siwa. Also Jojo Siwa. I want to interview her so bad. Like that would be such a fun interview, Jojo Siwa. So yeah, another dream guest on my podcast. Oh, also Sam and Colby. Like I just like want to do like a Halloween special with them. Like not on their channel, actually low-key on their on like both the channels. Like if I do get like popular and everything, I love to like interview them. I love to interview them and stuff and take them to some like haunted places like in my area, like Toronto and everything. That'd be so cool. Like just like doing a Halloween episode with them, like us all talking about like our haunted adventures and everything, because I've low-key had some haunted adventures or like stories in the last 10 years. Okay. Next question. If I weren't doing this podcast, what would I be doing? So as an entertainment girly and a fangirl, I would love to be in like concert photography and everything. I'm still trying to get some gigs. It's not the easiest because I don't really have that much like photography gigs, but I'm trying to. So any Toronto local artists, if y'all ever need a photographer, I'm right here. Not the best, but yeah, I also really want to get into content creation. Like I've been trying to grow my like TikTok and social media and everything for the last probably 10 years as well. Like I got TikTok like in 2015, and I just like been trying to like grow my social platform since then. So yeah, getting more professional for it next year. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, so definitely in concert photography and content creation. Even though the podcast right now isn't like a full-time job, well, I guess it kind of is a full-time job, but it's not paid yet, so because I'm not calling it a full-time job, but I guess it's a job for now. And I'm probably still gonna be doing this for like probably forever because I love it so much. Right, this looks like an acting backdrop. Like this looks like a self-tape backdrop. I don't know why. Also, favorite movie or series I could talk about forever. Movie, Grown Ups, both of them, 1 and 2. Greatest Showman. And TV show, maybe Never Have I Ever, Modern Family, and Superstore. Comfort shows, comfort movies, comfort life. I already like said this like before, but like podcasts I watched and listened to is definitely Jake Shane's Therapist and Alex Cooper's Call Her Daddy, my favorites. I want to interview them. Okay, I now have a list of people I want to interview. Them, Alex Cooper, Jake Shane, Jojo Siwa, Tate McRae, Olivia Rodrigo, Sam Goldie. Yes, I have a major list now, but it's probably gonna expand by the rest of this chat. What type of community do I want to create with this podcast? Right. So obviously I want this to be like a positive communities. We can all like listen to like different artists I have upon on the we can all listen to like different artists I have on the podcast and everything. Like everyone can like discover a new artist like every week and everything, even though they wouldn't know the artist, they can still listen to this new artist, new up-and-coming artist, because you never know when someone's gonna blow up. Like, you never know when their music's gonna blow up. So you always want to say, like, I was there since the beginning. Like, that's, like, me with, like, every single person I interview. Like, I've been there since the beginning. That's me. So I want to create a community that's like that, so we can all be there for the artists when they're first coming up and they're starting and everything. So, yeah. I have to stop saying, so yeah. Favorite moments from the podcast. Alright. So I genuinely love every single person I've ever interviewed for this podcast. Still talk to a few of them to this day. Honestly, made some friends out of it, which I love. I've now been friends with Annalise. Like, I interviewed her like a few years ago, and then we started chatting again, like last year, August 2024, and like it's just like a random DM. I don't really want to talk about it right now. I'll talk about that in a later podcast, because planning to have her on again finally after like a year of being friends again. And like, yeah, ever since then just been chatting every single day or hanging out like every month and everything. I just like love making friends in this podcast because like it's so cool. But yeah, I love making friends in the podcast. Still have some other friends in the industry that have a podcast and everything. Love you guys. But yeah, I love this little community that I have. So I'm pretty much like friends with like everyone that I interviewed, which is kind of crazy. Life is so cool. Right. Coolest moment from the podcast. All right. Definitely interviewing Dasha. I interviewed her. When was it? Is that like 2023 or 2022? One of the two. But yeah, I interviewed her back then, and then a year or two later, 2 years later, I think 2025, this year, when Austin became popular. And it was so cool like interviewing her like before the song went viral and like she became like so famous and everything. That was so cool. Like, I hope like other people I interview like gain that success like her, like randomly. Like, it's so, life is so crazy. Yeah, interviewed her a few years ago. She got popular a few years later, and now she's going on tours and everything. And I saw her last year in Toronto. No. Okay, she got popular in 2024. Sorry. My brain's not functioning. Oh my god. But yeah, it's just so cool to like see people grow and everything. Yeah, so I went to a show in Toronto last year, and I met her after the show. I was like, hey, like, I interviewed you, and hey, I interviewed you a few years ago. She's like, oh my god, no way. And then I showed her, and she's like, no way, I remember you and everything. I was like, life is so cool. I don't know where I was going with that. But last question. All right. Where do I see the podcast going in the next year? All right. So I would hope it gains some type of recognition. Like, I've been doing this for like 5 years. Like, I'm not doing this for like clout or anything. Don't worry, I'm not that type of person. But it's just hard to grow podcasts. It's just very hard to grow podcasts and everything. So I'd love to grow more of a community. Have a little Discord server. So we can like all like chat on it and like talk about the podcast and everything. I think I already have one, so if you guys want to join, it'll be in the link. It will be in the caption down below or description. I don't know how to do YouTube anymore. Definitely want to have more guests. Want to hopefully do like weekly or bi-weekly interviews, like a new person like every week and everything. But yeah, I want to do more in-person interviews, 100%. I know it's definitely a lot of nerve-wracking, but you gotta get yourself out there. Like, you gotta get over your fears. So definitely that's what I want to do in 2026. Wow. post on the social media more, and hopefully by the end of next year have some type of merch. I think I'll probably start off with stickers. Well, it depends. It just really depends, but I want to make merch. Like, that's like my dream. Like having people like rep the merch I create and everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope it was fun getting to know me and who I am and everything. Yeah. Alright. Gang girls out. Bye.